Hello everyone, let's start with another new chapter of Robbins, cell injury. So how can you define a cell injury? Cell injury in simple words is basically a change in the external and internal environment of a cell. So if there is change in the external and internal environment of a cell, it will lead to a cell injury. So the change in the internal external environment put up pressure or stress on the cell, which may arise due to different causes. The causes may be some genetic cause or some causes of the external environment. So cell injury is basically the effect of variety of stress due to etiological agents a cell encounters, resulting a change in the external internal environment. This is basically how Robbins book defined the cell injury. So the causes of cell injury we are divided into two categories. First, there may be some acquired causes. Acquired causes are the causes that are usually from the external environment, while the genetic causes are due to some defect in the genes that will lead to the cell injury. Okay, so in the acquired causes, the most important acquired cause is the hypoxia. Hypoxia means decrease in the oxygen. Hype means low and oxia refers to oxygen. So if there is a decrease to the oxygen supply to a tissue or a cell, this will lead to the cell injury. It is a most common cause of cell injury. So you can mark hypoxia as the most important cause of a cell injury. So it basically refers to the oxygen deficiency. There are different types of hypoxia. It may be defined by the or learned by the one word, that is HASH. HASH stands for hypoxic hypoxia, anemic hypoxia, stagnant hypoxia, and histotoxic hypoxia. I am not going to detail of the types of hypoxia. There is separate discussion on the topic in the physiology part. So basically you have to understand the cell injury may arise due to the hypoxia, and the hypoxia are of different types depending upon the cause which the hypoxia produced by. Okay, so causes of hypoxia may be reduced blood supply to cell by interruption. Interruption means simply a blockage in the pathway of the oxygen transfer, or the reduced blood supply due to causes other than interruption. So what can be the other causes? Due to some lung diseases, oxygen not able to enter the cell, or due to some heart disease, oxygen not able to transfer from the lungs to the different part of the cell, or there may be disorders of the oxygen carrying capacity. So this is the basic different causes of hypoxia, depending upon which we divide the hypoxia into four categories: hypoxic hypoxia, anemic hypoxia, stagnant hypoxia, and histotoxic hypoxia. And basically some of the facts that can be asked in exams in MCQs, that are what are the most common cause of hypoxia. So most common cause of hypoxia is ischemia. Ischemia means reduced blood supply to any part of the body. So this can lead to the hypoxia. And the next fact that you must know, which cells are most sensitive to hypoxia. So if a particular cell is encountering hypoxia, there might be some changes, but the change may depend upon cell to cell or the sensitivity of a particular cell to hypoxia. So the most sensitive cells toward the hypoxia are the neurons. And what about the least sensitive? So the least sensitive cells to hypoxia are the fibroblasts. So in the exam, if fibroblast is not in the option, then you have to mark your answer as the skeletal muscle. So main priority or the least sensitive to hypoxia are the fibroblast. But if in your exam fibroblast is not the option, mark your answer as the skeletal muscle. So we can drive an order of that. So most sensitive to least sensitive, neurons are the most sensitive, then comes the cardiac muscle or the cardiac cells, then the fibroblast, and at last then the skeletal muscle, and last the fibroblast. So these are the actually skeletal muscle and the last fibroblast. So this basic order you can keep in mind. Neurons are the most sensitive, while the fibroblast being the least sensitive to cell injury or due to hypoxia. So in acquired causes, there are actually 10 causes. Depending on the book, it may differ. So how can you remember? First and foremost important cause is the hypoxia, that is the reduced blood supply or the reduced oxygen supply to the particular cell. Other causes to remember is PIC, PIC. PIC stands for photo, then IIT college, and then NIA, or you can also remember INA, Indian Naval Agency, okay, or Indian Naval Academy. So PIC stands for physical agent, chemical agent, and ischemia. Ischemia, as I told you, is due to the reduced blood supply to a particular part that will lead to the depletion of nutrients of the cell and build up of the toxic metabolite. So it is ischemia is basically the reduced blood supply to the cell. Chemical agents may include environmental pollutant, drugs, etc. Physical agents, trauma, or maybe some extremities of temperature. Some cells may be exported to very high temperature, or due to some frostbite or very colder region, they are exposed to a very low temperature. So this will allow these to the some stress on the cell and basically leading to the cell injury. Now infection agents क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? All types of pathogens. So all type of pathogen will basically affect the cell normal metabolic functions and will lead to the cell injury. Immunological reaction, toxins, nutrition imbalance, aging, and the idiopathic cause means the cause of unknown reason. So there is some cell injury, but the cause is not known. We keep it under the idiopathic causes. Aging means diminished ability of cells to respond to stress will lead to the aging. And in the nutritional imbalances, vitamin deficiency or malnutrition you can come. Other causes, we divided the injury causes of cell injury into two parts. First one is acquired causes and second one was the genetic causes. So genetic cause cell injury as a consequence of the deficiency of functional proteins. So if there is a deficiency of functional proteins, cell will not able to function properly. Cell not functioning properly, and this will lead to the change in the internal and external environment of cell and basically lead to a cell injury. Not functional properly. तो अब हम इस फ्लो चार्ट को समझेंगे कि नॉर्मल सेल है और उसको स्ट्रेस ड्यू टू सम एक्सटर्नल एजेंट्स आता है या फिर इंटरनल एजेंट जेनेटिक कॉज से स्ट्रेस आ रहा है. सो इफ द सेल इज अंडर स्ट्रेस, इट में शो अडेप्टेशन, इट में अंडरगो रिवर्सिबल सेल इंजरी और इट में अंडरगो इरिवर्सिबल सेल इंजरी फाइनली लीडिंग टू द सेल डेथ. सो नॉर्मल सेल अगर उस पर ड्यू टू सम etiological causes there is some stress upon a cell, it will show adaptation or it can show reversible cell injury or it can show the irreversible cell injury depending upon the duration and the causative agent of the cell injury. Okay, so in the adaptation the cell may show by atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, metaplasia and dysplasia. When the stress is removed, the normal cell condition is restored. What about the reversible cell injury? The cell may show subcellular alteration, degeneration or intracellular accumulations, and when the stress is removed, they may show some repair and healing, finally leading to the normal status of a cell. अब जो irreversible cell injury, अब सब कुछ हाथ से निकल चुका है. The cell has made so much loss that can't be repaired. That's why it will lead to a cell death. Depending upon the morphological changes of a cell, the cell death may be of various types. It may be of apoptosis, necrosis, necroptopsis and pyroptosis. So necroptosis is basically a combination of necrosis and apoptosis, and pyroptosis is basically due to the increase in the fever or the temperature of the body. Pyrexia stands for fever, so you can derive the word. So this is a basic that you should know. If you see in the diagram on Robbins, a cross section of a skeletal muscle cell is given. So there is in the center you can see the normal skeletal muscle. It may show hypertrophy due to some adaptation changes, like if you do the workout in the gym, or due to some degenerative causes, it may also show the degeneration. So basically on the left side you can see the adapted myocyte due to hypertrophy, while if there is a cell injury, reversible injured myocyte will lead to the finally cell death. Okay, so these are the cross section you can see, hypertrophic muscle and the atrophic muscle. So this was the basic that you must know in the case of the cell injury. Now in the upcoming videos we'll discuss about the adaptation, reversible cell injury, irreversible cell injury and the different types of cell death. And at last of this chapter we'll be discussing two more headings, that is the aging and the repair of a cell or the mechanism of cell repair.